well defined would you say that first cup image was, like,
The
in your
picture?
mind's eye? The first
This?
cup, no, the
This.
yeah, how, like,
That's gonna be a picture body. Yeah, that's gonna be the body picture. How close to being formed is it?
yeah, like how well defined have
It's a
you
great
sort of
question.
seen it in your mind's
It's a
eye?
great
before
question.
you got there? Or do you
you know-
find it a little bit along the way?
I often find it along the way, but I'm trying to project. And, finding it changes as you work. It's not that far off.
Mhm.
It's the bottom. I'm not happy with it. I was talking to Infernally much as I was making it, but I'm not displeased with it either. It's a little soft. I would like it to be a little more severe. Again, I think
Mean more angles when you say severe?
a little crisper. A little crisper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit, it's a little mild. But I may be able to get some of that. Most of my problem with that is at the bottom. I didn't look at the bottom very much. And the bottom's the hardest part of the pot, probably. The part that's what Leach said, take care of the beginning and ending of lines, the middle will take care of itself. It's that the rim statement, we all get to know that the rim is important, but then it's that darn part right down there at the bottom that sometimes we overlook. And I usually don't fuss with it that much. I don't want to take I'm kind of neurotic, I'm compulsive, my wife could probably write a book on it. It's like, I'm like the princess and the pea, do you know that story? That's me, the princess. When it comes to pottery forms, I'm just like nervous, and I don't know how you can make pots. Well, somebody could make pots without doing that, Hamid said, right, making pots should be like walking naked down a mountain in a cool breeze. Well, that sounds good, but I don't know if that would work for me. I have friends that say, you just worry everything into existence, Pete. And that's what I do well. That's what I do well. So that's kind of the opposite of Hamida's statement, right?
It's a good example of not comparing ourselves to others.
Exactly. This is what works for me, is to really be, I have to, remember to breathe. That's the thing. If you're like me, you have to remember to breathe. So I'm trying not. Didn't want to bore you with the bottom, but I will sit there and fuss with that. Carl used to drive people crazy. Carl was a master. Carl in Iowa was like Warren McKenzie in Minnesota. He was the dean. Claire Ilian and Carl were the deans of Iowa pottery, where I grew up. And Carl got slower every year making pots. The better he got as a potter, the slower he got. And he would drive people crazy because he'd spend, a half hour on a casserole knob, just fussing with it. I think he did it out of pleasure. I think I do it out of some neurosis or something, something like that. Anyway, if I don't do it, it always disappoints me. My justification, I have potters that say, B, just stop doing it. Proud of friends that say, just stop doing that. Because they believe just whatever, and it's like, afraid not. The proof's in the, Carl used to say the proof. When I look at a pot and it's out of the kiln, and I look at something and I went, there's so much complexity in it, and if you'd just seen this and this, that pot would be a lot better. Then you go, maybe I shouldn't just go, oh, just do it and just be done with it. Maybe I should, pay a little closer attention. So I'm not one of these people that thinks you should just, not care. I think the best is when you care very deeply and when you're really paying attention to details, but the final product doesn't show it. That's the best pots to me. Now, this is a shape I don't even know where I'm going with this shape, which I like. It's really exciting. I'm just going to start with this small little dumb thing. Okay, think big. And then this is just going to be a shape that's going to really be changed dramatically. Sometimes, on the wheel you can just generate forms. Just generate a blank that you're going to work with. Let's just let's make that rim a little fatter. Let's get a little funky here.
Wow, that's really interesting.
This is the body. This is going to be the body of the pot. And then I'm going to cut then it's going to get an eyeball shape cut on the bottom. What am I doing? See, every form, you can't go make one picture and then do this. You have to really, you really have to focus, So I guess that's what I'm kind of advocating. Try it. Yeah, I won't slap your wrist if you are incorrigibly bad students and you just make one pot here. You can do that. But if you want to kind of solve problems, I guess I believe in being thoughtful and deliberate. Carl used to say for him making pots, and it didn't show, was a very calculated thing. And that's kind of the difference. Everybody talks about pottery as if it just should be some kind of, and he said, I sometimes say you should be sober. It's a very sober, thoughtful. Of course, you can kill the pots with that too, but I think there's times to step back and step back from the pot and analyze where you're going, what you're doing correctly, what you're not doing correctly, and then go in there and feel the clay. It's a kind of a back and forth, but I do believe I found it to be very hard work and demanding a lot out of me, and still demands a lot out of me. And I like that. I mean, I'm glad that it does, that it